I'm going to sit down in my fluffy corner. So yeah, make sure you have extra blankets and extra comfort for today. And we'll just take a moment to come into this present moment. Just closing your eyes for a while. Listening to a few of the sounds in your own home or out on the street. To tune in fully to this time that you've given yourself for some deep relaxation, some gentle movement, and lots of breathing. Bring your awareness to your breath now, following the journey of the in-breath, following the journey of the out-breath. And as you breathe out, begin to just let the shoulders settle down. Begin to let gravity work with you. Allowing the shoulders to settle. Feeling the weight of your body supported by your seat bones. And feeling the parts of your body in contact with your mat or your cushion. Begin to let go of everything you've had to do today to get to this point. And then we'll lengthen the back of the neck, open the eyes down to the ground. Become aware of the ground and then switch the awareness to the space between yourself and the ground. Become aware of a piece of furniture and then become aware of the space between yourself and that piece of furniture. Become aware of the space behind you and above you. And then we'll come up onto our feet and gently move through that space. We're going to begin with doing again today. Making a fist, massaging into all the pressure points on your hands. Just check I am recording. Yes, I am. Good. And hello, Molly. Are we doing or eating the Christmas tree? Maybe have a squeeze of each of your thumb and each of your fingers. Coming up the inside of the arm. Most of us experience some more little aches and pains. We can't quite work out where they are at this time of year. And so it's just nice to get the blood flow to the muscles and to the skin. A squeeze of the shoulder and the neck. And coming down the outside of the arm. And then begin on the other side. It probably already feels different on one side. The other side kind of feels ready for it, like it needs it more now. And then squeezing the thumb, each of the fingers. Coming up the inside, the forearm. And the upper arm. Find your shoulder. And your neck muscles. Just notice any little points that just You can maybe just unravel a little, and I'm sure you will by the end of the session. Coming down the outside of the arm, so finding a hip bone. You might prefer to sort of dig around a bit with your fingers, activating that area. Come around to the lower back. Just begin to notice everything unwinding, unraveling down the buttocks, back of the leg, and into the calf muscle. Across the top of the foot, have a little wiggle of each toe and a little squeeze of the toe down. It's nice to just sort of press down onto the ball of the foot and the heel. Come back up the inside of the leg. And starting on the other side, find another hip bone. There it is. A little poke around there and a little rub. And then a little rub of the lower back as well. Buttocks. Down the back of the leg. And the calf. Top of the foot. Little toe. Each of your toes working separately to keep you in balance at all times. Coming up the inside of the leg. There we go. So we're just going to work on unraveling those shoulders a little bit more and beginning to practice synchronizing movement with the breath. So we're breathing in and out. It doesn't have to be a big movement. Just enjoy it your way and back the other way. Stepping wide and step over your dog if you've got one. You can make some plies, so reaching up. Breathe in and breathe out and just softly bend the knees. Just think about whether you want to be bouncing on the knees or just softly bending into that plie and then coming back up. You might like bouncing, that's fine. And now bring the feet back to hip width apart, reach right up. We'll reach through each side, stretching out. Finding any little pockets of tension, you can kind of move into it. And then stretch both up, breathe in and let go. We're just going to work with the spine with the three movements, the tri-spinal movement. So starting with a gentle twist. And let the lower limbs join in a little bit as well. Keep it nice and soft today. Breathe in one side, breathe out the other. Beginning to move the air around your room to shoulder height, up above the head. And wind your way back down again. let the hands smack you wherever, in a nice way, wherever they do. And then the side to side skipping movements. Breathe in one side, breathe out the other. And now some spinal waves, so it's a forwards and backwards movement, the third movement your spine can make. Of course, the spine could combine all these three. We're not doing so, partially because, for example, it wouldn't be brilliant to flex the spine as I am doing now and twist it at the same time. It's those occasions where we're gardening and such like that we end up doing things, especially with weight. Maybe shopping. Come right up to the top again, breathe in and let go. So, what I thought would be nice would be to stay standing a little bit longer. We're going to kind of enjoy almost 2 energy block releases. So we're going to work with the standing energy block release 2, the standing part of it. And then instead of going into the asanas that are in the second half of energy block release 2, we're going to lie down and work with energy block release 7, special treat, the dynamic relaxation, so moving relaxation. We're going to start with a standing meditation, standing into Tadasana. So we're going to work very mindfully with the energy block release 2. And if you're using the festive package at all, there's an energy block release 2 that part of which is even done on the chair. It's so mindful. And we're just going to ground down through the soles of the feet. Maybe sway a little, feel the weight on the different parts of the foot. And just become aware of becoming heavy and how the foot and each of the toes are supporting you. Notice your ankle joints, your shin bones, and the calf, strong calf muscle. The knee joints, strong and flexible. Thigh muscles and the strong thigh bone. Supporting pelvic girdle and the rest of your the weight of your torso. And just allow that weight to feel heavier as you allow the weight to drop all the way through those bones and muscles. Feel how they make little adjustments all the time, don't they? To hold you strong and stable there. And then allow your spine to grow out of the pelvis like a snake rising out of its basket, right up to the crown. On the out breath, breathing out, relaxing the shoulders. And then opening the eyes, we're going to make the breath of Arjuna. This comes into energy block release 7 when you're lying down as well. Crossing at the wrists, inhaling, soft shoulders, soft elbows. Exhale as the arms come around you. Breathing in, breathing out. Don't stretch all the way up. We're just keeping a lovely softness through the limbs and shoulders. I'm also going to really slightly exaggerate that movement, flexing the spine a little. And enjoying opening up like a lotus flower. spreading those sparkles around you. We're going to work with the shield of light, and this is one of the movements in building your shield around you. I hope you don't need one. And this time, bringing the hands up overhead, placing the hands together, palms together, and the heel of the hand to the forehead. If you've got high blood pressure, or you just feel tired, or your shoulders are aching, start at the heart and move to the forehead. Otherwise, we'll start at the forehead and move upwards a little. So chair of the heart, I'll go sideways. We keep quite a vertical chair. Everything sort of nicely tucked in, bottom tucked in and tummy tucked in. And as we bend the knees, the arms go upwards. So we're breathing in there and breathing out. And as I say, you can keep this softer and even more mindful. What are you up to, Molly? It's going to be like a panto, isn't it? You're going to be behind you. She's eating the Christmas tree. And I'll look and she'll not be doing it. Oh, dear. So, and now bringing the hands to in front of the heart. I'm just going to sit on the laptop now by the looks of it. She's trying to be good. Breathe in, draw that compassion into your heart. Send it little back out. Not too much. Keep some for yourself at this time. At the end of a very interesting year. Gratitude and self-compassion. Definitely what is needed. Coming back to the heart. We're going to make some spinal twists now. So because it's energy block release 2, we let the lower part of the body join in and we just gently flow with the breath. So it's the cloak on and the cloak off movement. Oh, I should have worn my other cloak. Breathing out into the twist. Breathing in as he comes to the centre. You can see I'm going quite slowly because my breath has slowed down this evening. But if you want to whoosh it around, you're very welcome to whoosh around your own living room. Enjoy those spinal breaths. Come back to the centre now. We're going to work with some arm rotations. It's always nice to start open and feel what that feels like straight away. It's lifting the sternum, lifting the chin, turning the palms forward. Can't really walk round like this, can we? But it's quite nice just to stop and do this every now and then in a quiet spot on your walk. And then rolling both shoulders in. Breathe in as you expand. Breathe out. Slowly raising the arms up. Breathing in all the good things. And now when we get to the top, we'll wind our way back down, but with alternate sides. So one shoulder in and one shoulder out. We're going to look to each side as well if you like. Blow a kiss all the way to somebody you can't quite get to see this Christmas. Oh, lovely. And so now a little bit of sumo wrestler action. Take the feet a tiny bit wider and settle the weight through the arms to the very top of the legs. So you're keeping the elbows not too bent, maybe just off lock. Standing cat. I'll go sideways. Arching back and then lifting the tailbone, making a hollow, shoulder blades together, crown to the ceiling. Tailbone down, shoulder blades apart, and let the head drop. Breathing in, breathing out. And so come to make a neutral spine again, and we're just going to dip a shoulder down towards between the feet with a flat spine. So don't be sort of, when I say flat spine, I mean sort of straight diagonally rather than in a flexion already. So try not to have it flexed because we're twisting just the torso. Go easy. You might feel this one tomorrow because the bit between the shoulder blades, the thoracic vertebrae, it's good to work with it, but it's not that flexible. Don't feel there's anything spectacular expected at this point. Stay with that if you have lower back problems. Otherwise, come into a forward fold, holding the elbows, and just dip an elbow between the feet as you breathe out. Again, nothing too spectacular. Bend the knees and uncurl. So, that's all your standing work done. We're going to take a seat. I've got my floofy out. I want everything floofy today. Got a floofy dog over there, so I've got a floofy cushion. Find yourself a nice comfy seat for a moment. Because the sequence is done lying down, and you might prefer to switch your light off, and I don't particularly need to see you because you can't do anything wrong. Because it's your body, and all you're going to do is move in a way that your body enjoys with some instruction. But there are, there's a really nice ending towards the end of the sequence. There's a few things that are a little bit more complicated. So one is called it's the journey through the rainbow. So if you enjoy working with chakras or colours, you'll love it. If you haven't done that before, you'll love it. So it's just creating the chakras are thought of as energy whirlpools, vortices throughout different points in the spine. But we feel them because there are nervous plexuses and also endocrine organs at all those places. And I mean, the easiest example is the first one. The base chakra is all about security and fear. Security on the one hand, it's always like you want to be balanced somewhere in the middle. Security, you don't want to be over secure. Who wants that? And fear, and literally the physical effects of fear. We've probably all felt it at some point. It makes you really need the toilet really quite quickly sometimes. So all of these places, your solar plexus, you get butterflies in your tummy if you're nervous. So it's just finding a nice balance between excitement and nerves, isn't it? And you know, the heart is associated with emotions because we do sort of feel, and in fact we can feel a heavy heart, we can feel light-hearted,
there's lots of expressions that we have and language that we have around these chakra or energy points. So we're going to use colours and light to create space there. But in terms of the movement, I won't do it fully with you now, but because you'll be lying down, and I will also suggest to you that you will start with your hands facing your hips. You'll be lying down and you just turn your palms to face your hips, and then you slowly are raising your arms. I quite like to, I've seen people do it where they just raise their arms like this slowly, but I quite like to just have my palms facing a little bit the next bit up. So the next bit up on your spine is just behind the belly, and then the solar plexus, and then the heart, the throat. Oh, the throat. When I just do that, I relax everything there. It's lovely. A forehead, and then above the forehead, and with different colours, and then you just work your way back down, much slower than that. So that's the journey through the rainbow. The other one is the shield of light. So to establish the shield, we have the arms at the side of the body. You'll be lying down, so they'll just be off the floor a couple of centimetres. And then you take them around the body. You do this with me to practice now. When you get to the top, you make the Akash Mudra, the thumb and the first finger touching, a little triangle. And so that'll just be just above your head. And then you sort of cross that so that the hands are facing. You don't want the hands facing away. Think of your palms as sort of giving you good vibes as you come back down, front of the body. So it'll be a breath in, then you'll have a couple of breaths through the Akash Mudra, and then you breathe out and come back down. That's establishing your shield. It's a bit like that force field where is it Star Trek or Star Wars or something? Put on the force field. We're under attack, and they press the force field, and the thing comes around the ship. It's a bit like that, I think. Maybe. So the next one is creating polarity. So we start with the right hand. I'll go that way around. The right hand, the little finger at the tummy. So imagine yourself lying down. I need to show you this one because it's pretty hard to describe. And the arm moves sideways around the body to level with the forehead. And it's one of these beach ball type things, except we squash it. So then when you breathe out, you squash it down, creating a sense of there's something there and you're squeezing it. Come to the other side, breathe in to the forehead, breathe out. See if you can find a little rhythm now, sitting up. Breathing in, squeezing as you breathe out, breathing in, squeezing as you breathe out, breathing in, squeezing as you breathe out. And the last part of the shield of light is the breath of Arjuna, which we've just done. Arjuna was a very brave warrior, but he had a bit of a problem in that he couldn't decide which way to go, which team to join in the battle. So he was in the middle of the battlefield trying to make that decision. On one side were all his family, close family, and on the other side were all his friends and his cousins. So it's the taking off the jumper movement where we come up the middle of the body and breathe out. So we will also finish with the Akash Mudra overhead and also just over the belly. So we're going to create a lovely space there for your Christmas dinner, for your joy, to allow joy when this area is tense. We're just sort of shutting down any possibility of feeling joyful. So would you like to lie down? Just make yourself as comfortable as possible during the sequence. And do feel, if you want to have it, I don't need to see you, because if you want your light off, that's absolutely fine. And I will still do some of the movements sitting, so you'll have some idea, but I won't be lying down. So you can take a peek if you need to, but you should be fine. If you need to bend, have your feet on the ground at any point, that's absolutely fine, or a cushion under your head if you need that. And this is all about triggering the relaxation response by making your movements completely synchronized with your breath, and also very mindful, because you have to concentrate on getting synchrony with the movement and the breath. So we're going to start with that by just moving the right arm up in the air and overhead to the ground behind you, and then bringing it back to your side, and then the left arm, and as you lift it up overhead, breathing in, as you bring it back down to the side of your body, breathing out. Keep alternating arms with the breath, and really concentrate on ending the movement just as your breath ends. So reaching the top behind you just as you finish your in-breath, and bringing the hand down to rest beside you again just as you finish your out-breath. Alternating arms. And now just rest the arms to the side of the body. Now you're going to make the same movement, but as if you're a puppet with strings. So the knee on the same side, keeping it bent, will come towards the body as you breathe in and the arm raises. And then as the arm goes down, the knee will go back down, just as if there's a string between your middle finger and your knee, with the knee bent. Continuing to concentrate fully on synchronizing that movement with the breath. If there's a little pause, allow that little pause in the breath and in the movement, alternating sides, the same arm and the same knee. No space for any other thoughts. And allow the hands to rest and the legs to rest back down on the mat for a moment. And now you're going to activate the cross-patterning reflex. So this time it will be the opposite knee. As you breathe in and raise your right arm, your left knee comes towards the body and moves back down. And then the other pair, the left arm and the right knee. Again, continuing to fully concentrate on synchronizing that movement with your breath. And now allow all four limbs to rest again on the floor. Notice how that stillness feels in the context of the movement that you've been making. Notice the stillness of your mind in the context of busyness. And bring your right knee towards the chest, clasping around the knee with both hands. As you exhale, draw the knee towards the body to enjoy flexion in the spine. And then ease off a little before beginning to make some small circles with the knee. And if you want to make those circles bigger out to the side, you can let go and rest your left hand on the hip balance, and just circle just using your right hand. Allow those circles to become synchronized with a long, slow breath. So allow the circles and the breath to slow down. Begin to make the circles smaller again before holding on with both hands. And now letting go with your right arm. Place your right arm out at shoulder height on the floor. And use your left hand, take it to the outside of the knee and use it to gently draw the knee across the body. You can rock over onto the side of your hips so that your whole body, the whole spine is in a gentle twist. Looking along the right arm to rest like a cat, having a lovely stretch. And then rolling back onto your back. Take hold of the knee, clasping around the knee with both hands. And draw the knee towards the body. Breathing out. Easing off. Draw the knee to the body again. Breathing out. Ease off on the in-breath. And the third time, if you wish, bring your head towards your knee as well as you breathe out. And now stretching your foot up into the air towards the ceiling, holding the leg behind the thigh or the calf. Draw the leg gently towards you without bouncing, just softly stretching through the whole of the back of the leg, your hamstrings muscle. And bending at the knee now, place that leg back down on the floor, where it will likely feel longer than its partner. So we're going to do the same thing with the left knee. So bending the left knee, clasping with both hands, squeeze it towards the chest, breathing out, ease off. Begin to circle at the hip, using the knee to circle the hip joint, lengthening the breath, slowing down the movement. And if you wish, let go with your right hand and let it rest on the pelvis while you make those circles bigger. Slowing down. And begin to make the circles smaller again. Taking hold again with both hands. And when you've come back to the centre, keep hold with your right hand, take it to the outside of the knee, and the left arm out at shoulder height on the floor. And then use the right hand to guide the knee into a gentle twist. You might want to bend the other leg, just make it comfortable for you. Feel like a cat having a stretch. Breathing into the tummy, letting go. Allow yourself to come back onto your back then, clasping the knee again with both hands. Squeeze it towards the chest, breathing out. Ease off as you breathe in. Squeeze as you breathe out. Ease off as you breathe in. And a third time, if you like, taking the knee, the head to the knee, as you squeeze. And now extending the leg up towards the ceiling, holding on gently behind the leg, just Gently pull it towards you so you can feel the stretch along the whole of the back of the leg, your hamstrings muscle. Then bending at the knee and place that leg down on the floor. And of course, if you don't want to have your legs straight out in front of you, you can have your feet on the floor. But just allow yourself to rest for a moment and begin, while resting, to notice your spinal breath as you're breathing in, the spine lengthening from the tailbone to the crown. As you're breathing out, the spine gently flexing, noticing those subtle movements that naturally occur. And you're going to begin to exaggerate those movements now. On the in-breath, tilting the pelvis forward so you arch the back a little off the floor. On the out-breath, pressing the spine back down into the floor. Each breath, maybe going a little further if you want to. You can use the elbows to press on the floor, arching the back away from the floor on the in-breath, right up to the chest, and squishing the spine back onto the floor on the out-breath. Lovely spinal wave. And let the back just rest naturally with the lower back relaxed now. Press through both of you do need your legs straight if you want to do this one. Pressing through the heels down onto the floor. So the legs, the weight of the legs lifts a little off the floor. Just circle both feet in one direction. And notice the massage that you're getting at your sacroiliac joints at the bottom of the spine. And then circling the feet the other way. Feel the lower back relaxing. So now you're going to work with that journey through the rainbow with your hands. So if you want to bend your knees at this stage, everything else is visualizing with your mind and using your arms. So the hands facing the hips to start with. Imagine the lower part of your pelvic girdle and your perineum ruby red, lit up like a ruby with the sun shining through it. And breathing into that area. As you begin to raise the arms off the floor so the palms face the tummy. Breathe into that area. Visualizing the ruby red turning to orange, joyful, playful, orange. Filling this area with a warmth and softness. As you raise the arms a little higher to opposite the solar plexus, the orange changes to sunshine yellow, the colour of the sun on a beautiful summer's day. And a little higher with the palms opposite the heart, visualise luminescent green like the sun shining through the leaves on a spring morning. Taking breaths into the heart space. As the hands move a little higher, the green turns to aquamarine at the throat, creating a sense of spaciousness and light here. As the hands move a little higher to opposite the brow, aquamarine turns to a beautiful midnight blue, like a a clear sky on a January night, colour of clarity. As the hands move a little higher above the head, this turns to violet, softens back to violet. And if you open the hands a little like a funnel overhead, the violet might begin to imagine specks of gold there, light streaming down in through the crown. And you can wind your way back down now, just stopping to breathe at any of those places that feel, if they feel especially a little bit stuck, or if it just feels nice, breathing there. Don't worry if you can't remember the colours, just come back through the rainbow. Creating space in your own body. When you come to the belly, that lovely orange, and eventually, as the hands come to the side of the body, ruby red, the colour of strength and security, determination. So now you're going to work with the shields of light movements that we practice sitting up. So beginning with the hands at the side of the body again, but this time with the palms turned up, raise the arms a couple of centimetres off the floor, and then move the arms sideways around the body, establishing that shield. When you come overhead, form the Akash Mudra, the thumb and the first finger creating a triangle. A gateway, if you like, to breathe through and create even more space beyond the crown. Now on the next out breath, cross the hands in front of you and bring them down the body. Breathing in again, take the arms around the body to create that shield of light. Akash Mudra overhead. Breathing into that space or through that space. Crossing the hands in front of the body again. As you breathe out, one more time. Akash Mudra overhead. Breathing through that gateway of spaciousness. Cross the hands in front of the body and come down to your tummy. So keep your right hand at your tummy with the little finger as if you're just holding something there. Take the left hand out to the side of the body again. So we're going to create polarity, create a feeling that we're concentrating energy, raising the left arm to the forehead and then squeezing down, swapping sides, swapping hands. Your right arm comes up to your forehead. So the palms are facing each other and you can squeeze down. Swap hands, breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Let's do one more. Breathing in as the hand comes up to the forehead, breathing out as you squeeze. So the last movement is the breath of Arjuna again. So place cross the hands at the wrist with palms facing the lower abdomen. Just going to take off the jumper. Breathing in. breathing out the arms around you. And again, so we do it 3 times. When you get to the top the 3rd time, create the Akash Mudra once more. Gateway of spaciousness, intensifying light above the crown. Bring the hands down the body and create that Akash Mudra. Just, you might like to, if you're tired, you can rest your hands on your belly, but you might like to hold them just a little bit above the belly. And enjoy now some belly breaths there. Again, intensifying the feeling of light, filling that belly, a feeling of spaciousness, enabling joy. It's an anagram of enjoyable, enabling joy by creating space there, letting go a little. And now place your right hand on your heart and your left hand over the right hand to seal this sequence that you've given yourself, this time and this space to fill yourself with light, create space in the body. And you may wish to affirm to yourself, I am filled with peace. I am filled with peace. So from this sequence, you're going to go straight into your deep relaxation. So make sure that you're lovely and warm, cozy, and if you want cushions under the knees. If you have spent enough time lying on your back, please, make yourself comfortable on your side. Change position if you need to. And you can have a picture of my Christmas tree through the relaxation. So enjoy now a slightly longer relaxation than usual. Plenty of time to allow your body to fully anchor the experience of the dynamic relaxation that you have just done. And to remind yourself that there's no, if you remember my my little sort of catchphrase, if you like, on the side of my car is rest, revive, renew. There's absolutely no revive and renew without any rest. So really is so important for your health, for your immune system, for all your vital organs to be able to rest. So make yourself heavy again, noticing the places of your body that contact with the floor and almost feeling yourself heavier through those points of contact. Feeling yourself wider, spreading out. And then we'll begin again with the breath, stretching and releasing each of the muscle groups, beginning by pushing the heels away from you as you breathe in.
and letting go as you breathe out. And then pointing the toes away from you, stretching the legs as you breathe in, and release on the out breath. Now as you breathe in, squeezing both buttocks tightly together, and holding the breath, and let go. On the next in-breath, breathe into the belly, pushing the belly upwards and outwards. On the out-breath, bringing the belly to the spine and the spine to the mat, and release. Taking a soft and gentle belly breath in, and a soft and gentle belly breath out again. On the next inhale, breathing into the lungs, bring the shoulder blades behind you and hold. And then let go as you breathe out. Shrugging the shoulders up towards the ears and shrug them away again on the out breath. Bring the arms to the side of the body. Raise the arms a couple of centimetres off the floor. As you breathe out, turn the arms in towards you. And then rotate the other way so the palms turn up again. Shoulder blades come behind you as you breathe in. Stretch right through the fingers and then release on the out breath. Allowing the hands to come back to a comfortable position for you. On the next inhale, bring the chin to the sternum, stretching the back of the neck gently. And then let the head rest back down again on the out breath. As you next inhale, open the mouth wide and enjoy a yawn. As you breathe out, allow the jaw to rest completely. And your tongue to rest on the palate and through the whole of the throat region. Now squeezing up the eyes, nose and mouth tightly, make some funny faces. And then as you breathe out, let your facial muscles relax completely. Finally, raising the eyebrows up towards the crown of the head and let go. Now visualise a golden ball of light, warm and soft like the rising sun. And bring this image close to the sole of your right foot so that as you inhale, you can draw warmth and softness through the whole of the foot, the muscles, the tendons, each of the joints, your big toe, each of your toes. Allow them to rest. Allow warmth to spread through the heel, through the ankle joint, saturating the whole of your calf muscle with warmth. Visualise golden light radiating all around the knee joint, soothing and softening this joint. warming the thigh, the front of the leg and the back of the leg, and give your right leg permission to rest completely. Bring the awareness to the sole of your left foot now, and as you breathe in, draw warmth and softness through the whole of the foot, the muscles and the tendons, big toe, and each of your toes. Completely relax. Feel warmth spreading through the heel, spreading through the ankle joints, saturating the whole of your calf muscle with warmth and softness. Visualise golden light radiating all around your left knee joint, soothing and softening this joint, warming the thigh, the front of the leg and the back of the leg, as you give your left leg permission to rest completely, heavily and deeply down onto the mat. On your next inhale, fill the belly with warmth, with golden light once more, creating a lovely sense of spaciousness and softness there. Allow warmth to spread through the muscles of the lower back, unraveling, unwinding. Allow warmth to spread through the muscles on the right-hand side of the spine and on the left-hand side of the spine. Unraveling, unwinding, easing any pockets of tension, melting them away. Feel warmth spreading through both shoulders, easing any pockets of tension, melting them away. Ice into water, water into vapour. Allow your right shoulder to rest heavily. Allow your left shoulder to rest heavily. Bring the awareness to the palm of your right hand. As you inhale, fill the centre of the palm with golden light. Allow it to radiate to the thumb and each of the fingers. Feel warmth spreading through the muscles and joints of your right arm as you allow it to rest completely. Bring your awareness now to the palm of your left hand. As you inhale, draw golden light into the centre of the hand. Allow it to radiate to the thumb and each of the fingers. Feel warmth spreading through the muscles and joints of your left arm as you allow it to rest completely. Gently inhale into the lungs now, filling the heart space with golden radiance, creating space here. Allow this sense of light and spaciousness to spread through the throat region, and a golden glow, warm and soft, to spread across your face, softening all of your features, allowing a gentle smile on the lips, feeling a twinkle at the corners of the eyes. And rest now for a few moments
as if floating on an ocean of stability and calm. Now bring the awareness back to the crown of the head, and this time visualise bright white light, refreshing and revitalising. As you inhale, refresh and renew each and every brain cell and create a river of light from the crown to the tailbone, revitalising each disc and each vertebrae. Take some deep breaths into the lungs. Visualise filling the lungs with bright white light, revitalising your heart and your lungs. And take some deep breaths into the belly now, revitalising the organs of your digestive system. Breathing into your kidneys behind you, creating space there filled with light. And allow this energy to flow through both arms to the fingertips and through both legs to the tips of the toes, beginning to make some small movements, having a stretch or bringing your knees up before coming onto your side for a moment or two. And anchor the fact that you can rest anytime you need and feel replenished. And we're going to work with the mudra of acceptance. If you gently come back up to sitting, so I'm going to bring the thumb. I can't do this back to front. I'm not sure how it will look to you, but it'll probably look back to front to you. The thumb of your left hand and the first finger of your right hand, place those two together, and then you curl up all the fingers of the right hand and you just wrap the left hand around, and then you just end up with the thumb between, you can't quite see, can you? The thumb just sits there between the first finger and the other thumb. Bring that back to your heart and close your eyes for a moment. Focus on the quality of acceptance. Acceptance of yourself just as you are, and of your life just as it is. And then give yourself a hug.
and send one out to each other and to anyone watching on record and to me. Namaste.